As a Catholic farm girl, my earliest memories include my dad milking our cows and Mom churning milk and cream into butter. Later in life, I sang, Kori matri stanya pan habobira baloban on Hurricane Ridge, Washington, for my mom. I have drunk mother's milk. I shall be fearless and strong. Born in Fort Dodge, Iowa, to Mary and Wenzel Joseph Tuma, I was named after Mother Mary. Just 2 years before birth, my father returned from World War II in the Pacific, wearing the Statue of Liberty patch on his uniform while serving as a part of the United States Army's 77th Infantry Division. Throughout my life, the image of Our Lady Liberty holding a lamp has always held a great significance for me. My immense gratitude goes to Swami Vivekananda for coming to America and planting the seeds of Vedanta. At 9 years old, our family was introduced to the universal teachings of Vedanta by a neighbor who practiced yoga. He was initiated by the late Swami Saprakashananda of St. Louis, Missouri. During high school, I focused on German and public speaking as well as competitive debate. It was my good fortune to be chosen as an ambassador for the American Field Service immediately following graduation. The motto of AFS reminds me of Holy Mother's motto, walk together, talk together, all you nations of the earth, then we shall have peace. The SS Seven Seas, on which we rode, sailed from New York's harbor on August 19, 1966, and I saw that Statue of Liberty for the first time. We were several hundred young people from all over America, chosen to serve as exchange students in Europe. All stood on deck and sang songs together. Woody Guthrie's national anthem of the 1960s rang out over the waters. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forests to the Gulf Stream's waters. This land was made for you and me. As we sang, the Statue of Liberty receded into the distance. While on board over the next 10 days, we learned basic language skills, prepared to live with families, and attend schools with traditions and cultures different from our own. Our ways of seeing, experiencing, and loving would be expanded as we ventured into the unknown. Surely Swami Vivekananda also saw Our Lady Liberty as he departed New York for Europe in August 1895 on the SS Touraine. My father's maternal Bohemian grandparents, the Dvoracheks, like so many others, entered America through the immigration facilities on Ellis Island in full view of the Statue of Liberty. They later farmed in the central United States on the Nebraska plains. During that AFS year in Switzerland, I studied at Tüchterschule, a women's junior college in Zurich, and lived with a Swiss-German speaking family. It was there that I discovered the Black Madonna of Einsiedeln and learned of the Black forms of Mary all over Europe. Much later, Mother Kali became a tangible presence in my life. During college at the University of Pacific in Stockton, I was introduced to Martin Buber and other mystics of various faith traditions. There, I completed a Bachelor of Arts degree with full majors in philosophy, German, and interpersonal communication, as well as a master's degree in group dynamics. Later, I completed a master's degree in public administration with an emphasis on health services administration at the University of San Francisco. In 1974, a friend told me, "I have found a place you will love." He introduced me to Swami Asheshananda Maharaj, a direct disciple of the Holy Mother and minister in charge of the Vedanta Society in Portland. Then one day, while walking in San Francisco, I happened upon the Vedanta Society of Northern California. The doors were locked, and so I wrote to Swami Prabodhananda. He propitiously wrote back that the one I was looking for was in Sacramento. At about that time, John Pratol, now a Mission Avenue neighbor of ours and a homeowner for some time, was in my Stockton yoga class and invited me to join him and his mother to go to the Vedanta Society of Sacramento. Mildred was then our treasurer here. We drove to Sacramento from Stockton on a weekly basis for many years. Sohini and Kishore Mitaivala, as well as Gilbert White, would also join our weekly caravan. We occasionally gathered in our home and assisted with the potential creation of a Stockton center where Nachiketas performed daily worship and numerous swamis visited. We were all drawn to the Master, Holy Mother, and Swamiji by the great honeybee, Swami Shraddhananda Maharaj. He served as minister of this society from its inception until his passing in July 1996. He was a disciple of Swami Shivananda, a direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Maharaj served for 12 years as the personal secretary of Swami Virajananda, the president of the Ramakrishna order from 1939 until 1951, and Maharaj was also the editor of Udbodhan, a Bengali journal of the order. At Swami Ashokananda's request, he came to America in 1957, and we're blessed. Maharaj initiated me into spiritual practice in the early 1970s and gave the name Archana. When we moved to Sacramento, Maharaj suggested that we draw a 1-mile radius around this temple so he could come with his begging bowl. He reminded us that it was our good fortune to have loving mothers, and that as a result, a relationship with the Divine Mother would be easy to cultivate. We lived in the nearby Garden of the Gods and then moved to the Sierras in 1998. As a member of this Vedanta Society, I served on the board with Florence Rogers, Steve Johnson, and Leon Brandon, and as treasurer for 12 years. I studied Sanskrit with Beatrice Johnson and with Beverly Thornton, worked in the Garden of the Saints taking care of the Guru Nanak Shrine under the direction of Mr. Robert Reed. Also, Joan Tamraz and I coordinated all food preparations for pujas for nearly 20 years. Through Swami Shraddhananda's deep appreciation for music, a number of us learned to sing many Sanskrit and Bengali songs of the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Until the 1990s, Swami discouraged his Western disciples from traveling to India. We understood that the best of India was here, and he created a mart of joy. This Vedanta Society became our anchor and our place of refuge from the world. We were blessed with his devotion to the Master and Mother, the Upanishads, inspired talks, his cheerfulness, and his laughter. His book, The Story of an Epic, Swami Virajananda and His Times, introduced us to the roots of the Vedanta movement. We were also blessed that great souls came here to meet with Maharaj, and we were the beneficiaries. Swami Ranganathananda, Swami Asheshananda, Swami Nitya Swarupananda, Swami Tathagatananda, Swami Chaitanananda, Swami Adishwarananda, Swami Swahananda, Swami Pramathananda, and Swami Ganeshananda, as well as many others, gave formal and informal talks with all of us. Swami Shraddhananda also had a close spiritual association with Sri Sarada Mat and the early Pravrajakas there. Several received mantra diksha from Swami Virajananda while Swami was his secretary. What a surprise it was for me to go to the Parliament of the World's Religions in 1993 in Chicago. Swami Vivekananda's image and his message was everywhere, and my first session included Sister Gargi, Pravrajika Amala Prana, Pravrajika Viveka Prana, and Pravrajika Prabuddha Prana. It was surely Swamiji's dream actualized in the form of 3 sannyasinis of Sri Sarada Mat, who then visited here in Sacramento after the Parliament. The doors for pilgrimage were opened wide thereafter. As Mother would have it, Swami Ranganathananda was no longer able to offer retreats in Europe, and he recommended that Pravrajika Viveka Prana of Sri Sarada Mat be requested to continue his work. Thus, I went to Europe in 1994 and studied with Viveka Pranaji, and later that same year went to India for the first time along with Parvati Lali Meli. Since that time, a number of us have made individual and group pilgrimages to India, including Ranu Pandey, Bidya Pradhan, Usha Chenna, and many others. In 1996, a group of Vedanta women and men invited Pravrajika Viveka Prana to Sacramento and throughout the United States to give retreats. Then in 1997, Pravrajika Amala Prana, the General Secretary of Sri Sarada Mat, visited Sacramento and was interviewed by Houston Smith on God as Mother. Mataji also engaged us in a day-long retreat on prayer and its efficacy. As we learned about the hundreds of Mahila Samitis all over India, we became inspired to form a woman's circle of our own with Holy Mother as our leader. Thus, the Sri Sarada Mahila Samiti of Northern California was established 20 years ago as a nonprofit religious corporation classified as a public charity of the state of California. More than 60 different Vedanta women have participated as members. We support the education of deserving village girls in the Pangot Himalayan region. We raise funds for the newly renovated home of Sister Nivedita and have held a Sister Nivedita study circle now for more than 2 years. Bidya Pradhan protects our shrine and worships there, and our website is maintained by Jeff Wilson. We also provide financial assistance for the publication and distribution of books and journals of Sri Sarada Mat. And we interview and videotape pioneer women of Vedanta, including thus far Dr. Lita Jane Lewis, Anne Myron, Dr. Amrita Salm, Bidya Pradhan, Jaya Andrews, Fianna Sutton, and Willow Talbert. During 25 years of my personal professional life, I served as a corporate director of education, conference planner, university and community college professor, and leadership consultant. With a deepening desire to weave that education, my personal and professional life experience, and multimedia art, I designed and facilitated a course series for the University of San Francisco titled Her Story Unfolds. These were offered for 10 years, reclaiming the goddess, stories, myths, and sacred images in world cultures, women sages, saints, and mystics, life stories, teachings, and prayers, and Her Story Unfolds, American Women in Leadership. Mother has been gracious to me. She gave me devoted, dharmic parents who are still alive, imprinted my heart with Lady Liberty, a mighty woman enlightening the world, blessed me with a spiritual guru, enabled visits to cathedrals and shrines in Europe built on sites sacred to the ancient goddess, as well as 7 pilgrimages to living temples of the Mother in India, including study with sannyasinis of Sri Sarada Mahila and sadhus of Sri Ramakrishna Math. Swami Vivekananda's inspiring rock memorial at Kanyakumari calls out to humanity, especially women and the masses, arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. Each of our lives is a colorful weaving of diverse threads from the past, the present, and the future, all expressing the one and the many, unity and separation. The words of our Holy Mother seem ever more relevant to me. Make the whole world your own. No one is a stranger. This whole world is your own. Jai Ma.